I'm not a stuffing kind of person.
Oh, heresy.
But and also chocolate pie.
Chocolate pie is the
Yes.
pie you went for.
Yeah.
See, I was a raisin sour cream.
And then I washed it all down with good old Dr. Pepper.
I think I had like sparkling grape juice. That's what we
Well,
had.
back when I was younger, it was either water or milk, and
Yeah.
then when you get older to be an adult, you can choose whatever you want. And,
There's Dr. Pepper.
Yep, for me it's Dr. Pepper. For most drinks, it's Dr. Pepper.
Got it.
But anyway, welcome to Rainbow Live, November 29th. Week, like I said, week after Thanksgiving, week after Black Friday. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Got all the nice additions that you needed for half price to all of your collections, and then anything else that you came into the store for, whether it was cards, trading cards,
Pokemon cards, figurines,
and your favorite Funkos.
Of course.
But moving on, I guess I can introduce the host, me, Casey the Illusionist, and Sam, the Sam I am.
The Omen for audio.
Yes. And for those of you that don't remember him, no, he is not the one that eats green eggs and ham, unless he decides to have that book be his autobiographical.
It eventually will happen.
Chase someone down with green eggs and ham.
Yep, that's what's going to happen.
But anyway, moving on. It's great to have another show with you as the new co-host.
Yeah. I'm glad that you invited me on.
Yeah. Just to give you guys a heads up, starting next week, our Wednesday show, our Rainbow Live show, will be moving to Tuesdays. Now, whether or not that means me and Sam will continue is up to discussion. But just to let you guys know, we will be previewing the books the new books on Tuesdays.
So you get to know what the book is before it hits the shelf.
Yeah.
So you that can way let us know.
Yep, you can let us know, and then also you can get that plan on which books you're going to go grab once you get here. If you're one of those customers that comes in at 11 o'clock when we open.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. 10, 11. Yeah, you're right. 10 o'clock. Anyway, with no further ado, we are actually going to get to the products, starting off with what we have in front of us on the other screen, which happens to be some Star Wars figurines from everybody's new favorite show, Ahsoka.
Hopefully people have been enjoying the show. These figures look really cool from it. I've only watched about an episode and a half of it, so sadly I can't be a judge on the show's good, but I can tell you these figures.
I've seen every episode except for the last one.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's holding me back from watching the last one. I just haven't watched it. Then again, I got a lot of Marvel shows I need to catch up with too.
You just don't want to be in a show hole.
Yeah. Also, we have these guys. We have one Attack of the Clones, not just Ahsoka. We have Obi-Wan. We have two others. We have
Marek. Okay.
Which everybody was thinking it was going to be a risen from the dead version of Galen, or
that can happen in the Star Wars universe?
Star Killer, yes, from the video games. Force Awakens. That's who they thought it was going to be, but it was confirmed that it wasn't, unfortunately. Ooh, and we have Taylor keying in. Hey, Taylor.
What up, Taylor?
Woo. This happens to be my favorite character right here, Sabine Wren.
She looked cool in the episode that I watched. Yeah.
It's just really cool to see that when she was in the cartoon Rebels, just that laid back Mandalorian instead of what you saw in Clone Wars, which was more like Death Watch kind of thing. So it was kind of cool to have that type of character that was a Mandalorian. And also, don't get me wrong, Boba Fett kicks ass. It's just that, well, got to have that laid back one, not so menacing.
Absolutely.
And then next we'll talk what me and John would always say is sports talk. And we'll have Sam talk about the new product.
So our new product right now is National Treasure 2023. We don't get this in too often. So
which sport?
This is baseball.
Awesome.
Yeah. It does not say baseball. It says football. My bad, everybody.
Yeah, it says collegiate football.
My bad. That's a dyslexia moment on my part, everybody. So this is football. We don't get this in too often, so like if you're in the presence for having some National Treasure, which is a beautiful card, we got some left for waiting for you. So yeah, National Treasure.
One of the cool things about National Treasure is that's what you would consider more of a high-end product for when it comes to sports cards. So it'll be some of those nice, clean-cut cards also as well. So Taylor also saying, all I know about Ahsoka is that General Hera is hot, and you're not wrong about that.
Absolutely. Which one's General Hera?
General Hera?
Yeah.
The Twi'lek?
My noob is showing. I'm sorry.
Did we have?
I did.
Her.
Oh yeah.
Hera.
Totally get it now. Yeah. 100%.
Show everybody
Yeah.
who General Hera is.
There you go.
Hera
the green.
Syndulla.
Taylor goes the green one.
Yes, the green one. So anyway, moving on from Sports Talk, we're going to go straight into the books. Those of you that are watching right now, I'm sure you've noticed that we have sound back. And I know I said that at the beginning, but it's awesome to have sound back. So we fixed everything from last week.
We don't got to go vlog style like last time.
All right, we'll start out with my books, which we're going to start out with a few cool ones.
As opposed to the not cool ones?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a mixture of a hodgepodge of stuff just because I want to just be like Sam and just dive instead of have specific sections like what I've done in the past. So one of the things, that'll be near the end, just because I want it to be. So one of the first books I'll talk about here is from Image Comics, issue number 2 of Edenwood.
People have been loving this.
Yeah, this is actually a really cool cover. Gotta love that medieval, well, not medieval, more Renaissance style of drawings. Next from DC, we have Detective Comics, issue number 1078.
Ron V's been putting some really good work in with Detective here. It's been really fun. If you're trying to get some classic style looking Batman stories, this is where you go.
Yep. And the cool thing is, like me and John have pointed out in the past, or Johnny 5, is the fact that it's at, like I said, issue number 1078. So it's a long running series going on. Next, from Boom Studios, we have issue number 1 of Berserker Fallen Empire. Now, most of you, if you're not too up on Berserker, it is a series written by some great artists and writers, but also written by everybody's favorite John Wick, Keanu Reeves.
Johnny Mnemonic. Yeah. Mnemonic, that's how you say that.
Everybody also knows him as Neo. Yeah. Also as from Bill and Ted.
47 Ronin.
Yeah, 47 Ronin. Yeah, that's a good one too. So, but I personally love his John Wick movies.
They're very good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the 4th one yet.
Neither have I, but I've seen a lot of clips, so I'm kind of.
You might as well have seen it at this point.
I'm kind of bad on that one. Next from DC, we have Batman 89 Echoes, issue number 1 of 6. So a nice new short series for Batman 89 we got in here.
I'm loving how they're doing that. It's just like, hey, you want to continue these stories from these classic movies? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Usually when they do that. Next from DC, we have Batman the Brave and the Bold, issue number 7.
Very fun series this has been, especially if you like Stormwatch.
And for the end of my first section, we have from Dawn of DC, issue number 2 of Amazon's Attack, and got a nice little wanted poster of Shazam,
Ms. Marvel, that's Mary Marvel. Mary Marvel. That's Yara Flor, and that's Nubia.
Yes. On to you, Sam.
My turn. Oh, good day for me today. So our first book we have here is Nadia and the Nomobots. I believe that's how you say that. I'm a little unaware on this one, but it looks kind of fun. It looks like we're gonna have some a character who's a bit of a troublemaker here, which I'm one of those too, so I like it. Our next one here is actually a favorite of mine. This is Haunted House: A Love Story. This is a fantastic concept for a book. I won't tell it to you because I want you all to read it. Definitely give this one a look. Next, we got the classic Conan the Barbarian. You know what this is. It's swords, it's sandals, it's Conan slicing fools up, and he's not mad, and he's not taking any names. So yeah, Conan the Barbarian. Next, we have Basic Instinct. I think it's based off the movie.
I'd assume so.
Okay.
Makes you wonder if they have an alternate cover, polybagged of that one scene. I'm just kidding.
You know what? I wouldn't put it past it. It is.
Well, just like if they made that one movie, with the girl where she's pretending to be the psychiatrist, and then she, this is a children's show, so we'll not even get into that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
So the next one we got is Crave. Unaware of what this one is about, but it seems to be about mature. Some mature themes to it. So your discretion is advised on that one. No discretion is advised on this one. Everybody should be reading this one though. It's Dawn of DC's Cyborg. If anybody knows me, I love Cyborg, and any chance you get to have him in a book, I'm gonna read that book. And I can tell you that this has been fun. First issue was a little slow, but as it was going, been really enjoying it. So Cyborg number 5.
Now, quick question on that. Is that your pick of the week, or is that are we going to see your pick of the week?
Instant pick of the week.
Instant pick of the week. So this is Sam's pick of the week.
Absolutely, grab that one up. That's the ones I've got so far. If you want to get to your next one.
All right, my next pile, which is mostly DC, which is everybody's gonna be like, oh, he's back on the DC train. Of course,
I'm always on the DC train.
We have Action Comics Superman Men of Steel issue number. So it's Action Comics Superman issue number 1059. It's another one of those long-running, awesome series.
Phil Kennedy Johnson knows how to write Superman. That's all I gotta tell you. Pick up that book if you need new classic Superman in your life.
All right. Next, we have from Dawn of DC, Alan Scott Green Lantern issue 2 of 6. So everybody that wants to watch let's watch a comic book, wants to read about Alan Scott's version of the Green Lantern and his story, this would be a good one to pick up since we're now on issue 2.
I actually thought about this when someone was checking this book out. Doesn't he kind of look like David Bowie in this one shot?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he is like, David Bowie, Alan Scott. Let's go.
Next from Dawn of DC, we have City Boy issue number 6. So I haven't really been up on this one, but it seems we have Swamp,
Basically, he's like another version of Jack Hawksmoor from the Wildstorm universe, where he just like senses a city.
Sure.
He's like, I can sense the city's in peril. Or
so, am I correct to assume that this is Swamp Thing?
That is Swamp Thing.
Awesome.
Because it's like, hey, he's all about cities. He's all about the green. It's
right.
Like, it's a thing.
Speaking of Swamp Thing, I guess he might be a little bit in this background, or I could be incorrect. We have Batman Beyond Neo Gothic.
No, that's definitely Swamp Thing.
That is definitely Swamp Thing. Well, I'm sure he lives forever since he became that. So this is issue number 5 of that series. So those of you that are reading that, we have issue number 5. This is We also have on the shelf, we have DC Connect. This is the previews for the next month. So those of you that want to pick these up, so you can plan ahead, grab that while you're in the store. Or if we don't have you on the shelf, ask us behind the counter, because I'm sure we can definitely find you one. Next, we have Dawn of DC's Steelworks, the Epic Conclusion, which it doesn't say that on here. It just says 6. Well, it says it right there, but
it's a 6-issue mini.
It's a 6. Usually, I'm used to like that other one where it says 2 of 6 or whatever. So this is issue 6, the Epic Conclusion, which is kind of disappointing because it's like a lot of these ones have been continuing on. So I'm hoping that a lot of people are buying this series that are okay.
I love Steel. I'm loving that series. I don't think it's getting any more. I think that's a fair assessment to make.
Maybe he's being included in a different series.
That'd be amazing.
Next, we have another Sam favorite. We have Titans Beast World, issue number 1.
It's from what I've been told about this, I'm not 100, but it's basically the Titans getting having to fight Starro and having animal forms, which is awesome. Like everything needs an animal form.
Yeah. It's kind of weird having the Flash instead of Kid Flash, but
no, that's Wally.
That's Wally.
It's Wally.
Oh, never mind then. I figured Wally was in yellow, but
well, he's in the TV shows. In his Kid Flash persona, he's just Flash now, though.
Okay.
Because Barry's kind of
retired.
Eating a sandwich right now. He's not doing anything.
And to finish off this section, which is my second one, we have from DC, Milestone 30, we have Static, Shadows of Dakota, issue number 7.
Static Shock's a fun character, guys. If you haven't read him yet, if you watched the show back then,
I absolutely love the show.
Yeah, then you'd love. It's really good, man. The comic goes a little harder, but you know that's what comics are there for, to give you a little bit more of a grit to your cartoon.
Yeah.
All right, so my next stack here, we're gonna start with a classic here. It's Captain America 3. This is the newest run. For the people who really enjoy Captain America, I've heard very good things about this. Where is this stack? There it is.
Yeah, we'll just keep
there. You go.
This stack.
The next one right here is we got ASM number. What number is this? Oh, this is ASM Gang War First Strike number 1.
Ooh, new ASM series. Woo!
So if you're in, I think Gang War is like a whole big like New York event they're doing. So like there's gonna be heroes for every. If they have all Gang War runs on these, so sure. Spider-Man just is getting his own on top of it. So you know, more Spider-Man. What's to not love about that?
Right.
Next one is.
Oh, Taylor says that we know the dad of the artist for ASM Gang War. That is really cool.
That's amazing. That's fantastic. Next thing we can do here is X-Men Blue Origins. We got Uncanny Spider-Man there, Kurt Wagner, and we also have Mystique, his mom. So, you know, that might be what the story is all about. You know, him and his mom trying to figure out maybe who the dad is. Who knows?
She says that Joey Vasquez is the artist. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Vasquez.
Yeah, Vasquez, I think.
He is so nice. That's cool. Meeting a lot of these artists, they are really, really nice. So it's really cool when you get to know one.
It definitely feels like kind of like a weird pipe dream, but then you talk to him like, oh, that's just a regular guy.
Right.
It's like, oh, I don't have to go like,
just like, and it's not just singled out with the artists as well, actors, actresses, stuff like that. Because when I met the girl who voiced Toph.
Oh yeah, she was very
Daisy
nice.
Flowers.
Yeah,
is that right?
Her name was like.
No?
Yeah, that's her show name.
That's her show name is Daisy Flowers.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was so nice, and when she did her little talk, it was just so interesting. Like she was supposed to talk about like the field and stuff like that, but then she got into like personal things, which gave you more of an sense of how on an equal level you can be on, not equal, but like
they're just
understanding.
Yeah, like in the end, they're just like they got to put their pants on one leg at a time too.
Right.
And she was really nice when I got to talk to her too. I asked her like one question. All right, next is another one of our Gang War specials, Spider-Woman. This one intrigues me. Like Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew doesn't get a lot of play these days, so any chance to get her a solo book again, I'm 100% for it.
That was actually one character I was really disappointed in. Maybe she'll be in future installments, but she wasn't in the trailer for Madam Web. They talked about 3 other.
Yeah, they had like Maddie Franklin in there and stuff. Like some of these other like very like.
Why wouldn't you want to include Jessica Drew?
You know.
Then again, you got to choose which iteration, right?
Yeah, I mean that one I hope, but because that's the one that most people know.
Right.
All right. So next we have Realm of X, number 4. To all you X-Men fans out there, you might know what's going on here. Sadly, I am very much in the dark on X-Men. I imagine it's great though. And this one, I know will be great. I just know it. Did I say it right? Realm of X?
Yeah, no,
okay.
Yeah, you got it. No, I was actually checking out the cover. It looks really cool. So
this one we know is going to be good, though. This is the last days of Moon Knight, number 29. I think there's going to be about 30 issues of this. That's my prediction, at least. But this is the penultimate issue, at least to me, that of this really great run on Moon Knight that started from the it picked up right around the shows, the Disney Plus show, and it just it kept going way beyond, and it's miles better than that show. Shots fired, but
apparently, I actually, even though I haven't finished the show, I really like the show as far as I've seen. So I'm just a
Moon Knight snob, I think.
Well, in a lot of sense, I come from an aspect of just seeing everything as a brand new story.
That's true. I mean, Maybe I am just being a snob there with
Oh,
that.
no,
I'm just
you're-
like, this was the first time I get to see Moon Knight.
As
and
long
it's
as you're
like,
not being like super like, this should die kind of thing,
Yeah.
then
I'm not going
I'm
into
good.
comment sections and like yelling at people telling them wrong. They can like the show if they desire to.
Yeah.
All right. This is Miles Morales Spider-Man number 12. Everybody who's been reading this, they know it's good. Miles Morales, like he's really been stepping up to the plate and being he's a part of the gang war stuff too. So if you're trying to collect it all, you got a lot of heroes to follow. And last, I got two more. Never mind. I got Marvel Zombies, Black, White, and Blood. So this must be just like this is kind of one of their stories where they get to tell like 2 or 3 stories in there where it's only black and white, other than just the shades of red in there. They're kind of cool one shots if you're not trying to like really need to have a bunch of continuity in your stories. These are fun little stories. And then lastly, we have everybody, at least what I've seen's favorite book of this week, Howard the Duck 1. I totally get why they're excited for this, because it's Howard the Duck. How can you not be excited for Howard the Duck?
Mm-hmm.
His movie was amazing. Fight Me in the Streets.
Yeah, all the movies he was in. Yeah,
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, Seth Green is awesome for the voice. All right, and for my final stack, which will include my pick of the week, just a heads up, after I finish my stack, he finishes his stack. We got a couple more books to preview for next week.
You're gonna love
that
it.
People are going to be excited about. So to start off my final pile of books, we have The Penguin.
Number 3.
Penguin number 4 plays a high stakes game of death.
Yeah, this has been like surprisingly good. I didn't expect a Penguin book to be good, but you know what? Tom King has proved me wrong again, and you know what? I'm loving every bit of it.
All right. Next we have Power Girl issue number 3. This is the number 3. That's probably why you're thinking that. But yeah, we have Power Girl issue number 3. So
what would you do if you're in that situation? You gotta like.
If I was Power Girl, or if I was the lion.
You were you're you, but the lion is doing that to you. What are you doing?
I don't know. Oh, Wally West apparently is having some issues in this one. We have The Flash issue number 3, which is Legacy issue 803. For those of you that are keeping up on the Flash Legacy.
This is basically how the author had said that this book is like, what if I put a horror take to Flash? And you know what? It supposedly kind of works. Right. People have been saying it's getting good.
Gotta love the whole this mortal coil.
Yeah.
And he turns into a coil. Next we have Dawn of DC Green Arrow issue number 6. Now one of the cool things that I've noticed, and I'll just point it out on this book alone, but you'll notice it on the others, is the fact that on all the Dawn of DC we have the logo of the main hero in the corner.
I did not notice this.
So on the Penguin one, it had the Batman because he's a part of the Batman universe. Power Girl's a part of the Superman one. Next, also from the Batman universe, I guess. Not I guess. I know. Dawn of DC Harley Quinn.
She's about due for her own logo at this point, I think.
Issue number 34.
Yeah, people in Harley Quinn. Everybody loves her. So yeah, there's probably more to love with that one.
And then we have my top 3 of the week picks of the week. We have
3 more books.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
We have Miss Marvel issue number 4 is my bronze medalist. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi issue number 3 as my silver medalist, and my gold medalist, which I did not know what this was actually going to be. It's really cool to have this, and all of the covers that I saw were connecting covers. We have Assassin's Creed Visionaries from Lunac Comics. So
Assassin's Creed's got an interesting lore to it, and they sometimes the comics can go places that the games can't. Right. So it's interesting. It'll probably be an interesting read.
Yeah.
So the last 3 books I have for you all is one more of the Gang War. This one, but it's Luke Cage this time, Mayor of New York City, and that just kind of warms my heart a little bit, just seeing like, what if any mayor went out there and like, all right, now I got to go kick some butt. That's kind of why I'm intrigued by this one in particular. It's like Hagar from Final Fury or whatever that video game was called.
Mm-hmm.
The next one
Hagar the Horrible.
Yeah. No, it was like like Fatal Fury, that
the
fighting game, Hagar.
Yeah. Sorry, I went back to my Sunday morning comics right there.
The author of that actually was from here.
I know.
Lived here for a good long. I met him. He was nice. Invincible Iron Man number 12. This is a part of the Fall of X. It's just more Iron Man messing with his new wife Emma Frost, and kind of battling. Mostly whatever they're battling. I haven't read this one yet. And lastly, we got a facsimile of 142 X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. And so if you read this when it first came out, you want a refresher, this is what you need to get.
All right, and our final two books that we have, they are polybags. These are for next week. Just to give you guys a heads up, these books are going to be coming out next week. We just have preview copies right here, but they're polybags. And the cool thing about these, this is Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, issue number 1.
But the cool thing about this one is it's not just a comic.
It's both of them. There's Godzilla. And who else can we not forget? And a nice little tidbit about the Kong one is the sound from that one. Amanda learned that the sound is from the 1980s Kong, whereas the Godzilla is from the newer ones.
Really?
So
it'd be kind of cool if they took it back to the one from like the 1920s.
Right. But anyway, that is our show for the week. Like I said earlier in the show, our preview show will be moving from Wednesdays, at least for comic books, because cards usually come out on Wednesdays and Fridays. But for comic books, our show will be moving from Wednesdays to Tuesdays, so that everybody gets that nice little preview, so they know what they're going for when they come in on Wednesday morning or afternoon, whenever you come in. Maybe there'll be new hosts, maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out, and we'll let you know. If there's any books that you're interested in, just let us know via Facebook or email us or call us.
Just up on Friendster.
Yeah, Friendster. And anything else that you want to know about, just let us know. You guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and enjoy yourselves and relax, since the weather is starting to become more colder.
Yeah,
which then soon will bring snow. So
perfect time to read comic books though when winter comes.
Oh yeah,
nothing better to do in the outside.
Yeah. So anyway, me and Sam will sign you off with a nice salute and a Mike Trout.